we've got a couple of more basic ones too. So the open door and the closed door. The closed door from here is raising the elbow so the door is closed here. And again, a couple of uses for this. Against hooks, I've got a decent coverage here. You're not going to be able to cause me much damage as long as I keep my chin down, my forehead forward here. And again, I can step into it, I can step back. I've got options, but I've covered myself against a hook or indeed a straight, but I just need to angle that elbow a bit more. So against a hook, I'm safe here. Against a straight, just want to tuck that elbow in a bit more. So closed door, closed door, closed door. And again, defensively, I can spike a fist, or I can take a hook punch on the meatier part of my arm here, or I can use it offensively. You get the idea. And again, I can mix this with my Western boxing. So I might go 1, 2, closed door. You've got all those options available to you. So closed door here, use it to defend, to destroy, and attack, making sure that your body weight follows it. Okay, open door, essentially I bring the elbow out. So closed, open, closed, open. Again, I can do this as a fluid motion. So if a punch comes in, I can take it here, knock it out the way, and then strike you. So closed to open to strike, closed to open to strike, closed to open to strike, closed to open to strike. So you've got that kind of flow. You've also got it as an attack from the sides. We talk about a prison fighting system. People will come at you from angles you don't expect. So if I'm fighting you here, and this horrible bastard comes along, I might take his first shot on a closed door, and then I might twat him with the open door. So I take his shot, this guy's sucker punch here, bam, and I take him across the face. Cover, cover, cover. So again, I can be flowing and I can deflect and attack, deflect and attack. I can literally just attack with this. And again, it's great if I've got my back turned and I need to face you, bang, I can open the door that way. So I can turn this way with some degree of safety. And then, again, obviously for the film, I exaggerate the distance and the time, but you'll be fast here. So for boxing, box, 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 straight in there. Being fast, not leaving yourself open, thinking narrow spaces. So if I am doing this technique, I've probably had to move my body to then do it. You know, I can't be flaring too much. It's probably because I'm in a slightly wider space and I've got multiple opponents, or I've literally turned my body to do that open door technique. So closed door, open door, closed door, open door, offensively and defensively. I can also close the door from open. So if I find myself out here, I can shut the door. So again, there's lots of ways you can open that door, close that door, deflect with it, or strike with it. It's a very versatile system. We're then going to look at the windscreen wiper. Okay, so the windscreen wiper, we're working off a flinch reaction. So flinch reaction, strikes come in or grabs come in. We've got our oh shit. And what we're doing in this is we're rolling and we're wiping. So we're taking things out of play. I'm moving your arms apart so I can get into your center line. So cover, burst to strike. I like this off a headbutt. So from the wiper, I take the first shot, I open your arms up and I drive that head in. So cross, doesn't matter how you cross, you roll, you burst open. Again, I don't want to open my arms too wide, but I want yours to open. So if you imagine, taking the shots, I'll burst open here. And these are great against two-fisted schoolyard, prison yard, just 1, 2, ploughing attacks. Windscreen wiper here, open, and then I can fill that gap. I prefer it off the headbutt, boom, boom. But you can also do this into rob the bank, closed door, open door, skull and crossbones, skull and crossbones. Again, flexible, malleable, playful. So again, I cover, I open, I can attack, or I cover, I open, I defend, I attack. You know, you've got all these things to play with. Okay, very, very simple one. Again, we've got high gate, a couple of variations of this, but traditionally this is, I've taken a full frontal assault, I've raised and I've got the elbows pointing forward. So you've attacked me, I've come to a crash, I want to take some space, I don't want to end up in a grapple, because that's where I get stabbed. Boom, I burst through like so. The gate is high. I've got lower versions of that gate, but a high gate, my particular interpretation of it is hands above the head, elbows forward. Boom, spearing through. Come here, spearing through. Again, I can be defensive with this. I can take those blows, but bear in mind that the hands are defensive, but the legs should be offensive. So if I'm being hit, I still want to be charging through. I still want to be moving and deflecting, using my body weight, using my shoulders. I'm a bigger guy, I'm going to be using my mass. I'm not just going to stand there, I'm going to be charging through. But I can also use it offensively. Grab on either of my shoulders, straight in. Either of my shoulders, straight in. Okay? Following which, I can drop the nut. So again, that high gate defense, very, very flexible, both as defensively and offensively, to crash into a person, to crash those elbows into the sternum, into the throat, to get inside their arms, where I can do other close range boxing, dirty grappling, pull a weapon if I've got one. Gives me options from that high gate. Okay, looking at what else I've got here to cover. So another thing that you might want to think about is the psychology of 52, and there's lots of tricking movements. So some of the things are quite fun. So you get paint the picture, and essentially in a boxing scenario, I will draw a picture and I'll hit you. I'm doing things to distract you. So you'll see, it's not particularly my cup of tea. You'll see a lot of the other guys do this really well. They'll always be jerky, so they'll always be slapping and hitting their bodies, and the use of sound. So it might be 1, 2, 3. You see a lot of the Kempo guys do this as well, but in 52, there's lots of hitting yourself to hit, using rhythm and sound to disrupt people, distract people, and land that shot. Because as we all know, the shot you don't see coming is the one that puts you to sleep. So if things like frame the picture, I draw this and then I hit you, if that just makes you think, what the fuck is he doing? Before you get lamped in the chin, bonus. So you get things like this, you get major look. So I might hit myself, point over there and hit you. Boom. Boom. So I point, some people follow a point and hit. You know, people are pretty stupid animals sometimes. If you tell someone to do something, or you do something completely alien and unexpected, it will disrupt them. And in that space of disruption, you can attack. So whilst not my particular cup of tea, one of the things that is symbolic of 52 is the use of sound and self-percussion. Bang! So I might hit myself, hammer fist. That might be representative of a clear and a strike, clear and a strike. Or it might just be the sound and the movement is jerky and unpredictable enough that I can sneak that extra shot in. Things like frame the picture, things like major look. So again, there are lots of trick-based shots, but don't just laugh at them, don't take them at face value. There is decent combat psychology behind it. You know, I'm a boxer, and I firmly believe in the power of boxing. But I firmly believe that if you're disruptive and awkward, you can land things that work really well. You know, we've all faced the new guy in sparring. You could be the chief enforcer at your gym, the king of the sparring, but that spazzy new guy that's just started, he goes, whoa, clocks you straight in the head because he does something you do not expect. So again, when it comes to being orthodox, being tricky, being different, 52 blocks is very, very good at that. So again, looking at that psychology here, percussive sounds, pointing, how they move, or doing these small disruptive hand motions like so. They might move their hands, and then hit you with a solid strike. It's hard. You know, you're looking at me in a camera. If I'm doing all this stuff, it looks a bit stupid, but if somewhere in the middle of that, I throw a decent cross left hook, that might have disrupted, confused your wiring just enough that you eat that cross left hook. If I just go here, nice and solid, bang, bang, yeah, it's going to be really powerful, but you might see it coming. So you might take it, block it, or if I do hit you, you've seen it coming, so you're not knocked out. So these kind of motions, and that's where flowing in the blocks is really useful. The movement, I might be moving here, skull and crossbones, rob the bank, open door, closed door, hit. You know, you are confused by all these movements. I'm keeping myself relatively defensively sound until a time which I see an opportunity to land something with venom. And again, it's a self-defense boxing system. So while you see kind of playful sparring, in reality, if I've moved, I've been cunning, I've kept myself covered, you don't see where the shot's coming from, and then I blast you with something, I don't step back into this. Obviously, I'm going to keep smashing the fuck out of you. So again, in the 52 ounce block system, soon as I've kept myself safe and avoided that immediate danger and landed something good, I have to stay on you. And that's why knowledge of normal boxing is fundamental, but also the knowledge of the scenarios. Remember, we talked about weapons, groups, and small spaces. So obviously I could fight, but then when I extricate myself out of that situation, as I'm moving back, I might want to keep myself covered against the guy that's been watching the whole time and just decides to lamp me on the way out, you know, making sure I enter and exit environments with some degree of, yes, cover and defense, but two, confusion. That confusion, that constant movement, is really tricky for you to plan and attack me by surprise. I'm always being unorthodox. So 52 hands blocks is an unorthodox boxing system.